My child, before you sleep tonight, I need you to hear this warning. I know that word, warning, might make you pause, might make something in you brace slightly, wonder what is coming, prepare for something difficult. I want to address that reaction directly before I go any further. This warning is not coming from a place of anger. It is not punishment. It is not me disappointed in you or losing patience with you or finally reaching the end of something. This warning is coming from love. The same love that has been reaching toward you your whole life. The same love that sees everything about where you are right now and what you are walking into and what is at stake. When someone who loves you completely sees something you cannot see and they care enough to say something about it, that is not judgment. That is the most loving thing they can do. So stay with me tonight. Before you close your eyes, before the day ends, hear what I need to say. Here is the warning. You are closer to something significant than you realize, and the enemy knows it. I need you to understand something about the way things work in the spiritual dimension that underlies everything you can see. When something significant is about to happen in a person's life, when a breakthrough is near, when a door is about to open, when a season of difficulty is about to give way to something new, there is often an intensification, a last push from the forces that do not want the breakthrough to happen, a concentrated effort to get you to give up, to turn back, to make a decision in the darkness of tonight that you would not make in the clarity of what is coming. Tonight might be one of those nights. The heaviness you feel, the discouragement that has been pressing on you, the voice that has been saying it is not going to work out. Nothing is going to change. You might as well stop hoping. That voice is not random. It is not just your own tired mind. It is something that knows what is coming for you and is working overtime to prevent you from arriving at it. Do not let it work, my child. Do not make permanent decisions about your future based on how things feel tonight. Do not close doors that I am about to open, because the waiting has been long and tonight the waiting feels unbearable. Do not give up on the thing I have been building in your life, because the enemy has chosen tonight to make the loudest argument for giving up. This is the warning. Stay. Hold on. Do not quit tonight. I want to talk to you about the specific things the enemy uses to get people to give up right before the breakthrough. Because these tactics are not random. They are specific. They are targeted. And knowing them helps you recognize them when they come. The first tactic is exhaustion, making you so tired, physically, emotionally, spiritually, that the path of least resistance becomes giving up. Making holding on feel like more than you have the energy for. Making the breakthrough feel too far away to be worth the effort of continuing. If you are exhausted tonight, and I think you might be, I want you to recognize that exhaustion is being used against you. It is real. The tiredness is real. But the conclusion the exhaustion is pushing you toward is not accurate. Exhaustion says, I cannot keep going. The truth is, I am almost there. The second tactic is isolation, making you feel completely alone in whatever you are facing, cutting you off in feeling, if not in reality, from the sense that anyone is with you, that anyone understands, that anyone cares enough about your specific situation to be invested in the outcome. If tonight has felt lonely, if the aloneness has been particularly loud tonight, that is not coincidence. Isolation says, no one sees this, no one cares, you are on your own. The truth is, I see it, I care, I am with you, and you have never been on your own. The third tactic is discouragement through evidence. Taking the real things in your life that have been hard, the real delays, the real disappointments, the real unanswered prayers and closed doors and times, things did not work out, and presenting them as a comprehensive case for why they are always going to be that way. Using the actual difficulties of your actual life to build an argument that the future is going to look exactly like the past. Discouragement says, look at the evidence. Nothing has worked. Nothing is going to work. The truth is, the evidence of a hard season does not determine the future. I determine the future, and I have not given up on yours. The fourth tactic is the lie of permanence, making whatever is hard right now feel like it is never going to change, making the current season feel like the permanent state, taking what is actually temporary and making it feel like it is forever. Permanence says, this is just how things are. This is how they are always going to be. The truth is, this is a season. Seasons change. This one is changing. The fact that it has not changed yet does not mean it is not changing. My child, I want you to recognize these tactics tonight, not so you can fight them in your own strength. I am not asking you to white-knuckle your way through a hard night by sheer willpower. I am asking you to recognize them so you can bring them to me. So instead of arguing with the exhaustion and the isolation and the discouragement and the sense of permanence, you can simply say, out loud or in your heart, I see what is happening here, and I am not making any decisions tonight. I am bringing this to you instead. That is the response. Not fighting, not arguing, just recognizing and bringing it to me. I want to speak to what is on the other side of tonight because I need you to have a sense of what you are holding on for, what the breakthrough actually looks like, even in general terms, so that tonight's lie of nothing is coming has something real to bump up against. What is on the other side of tonight, on the other side of this season of difficulty and waiting and holding on, is real. It is not vague. It is not just a general improvement in your circumstances. It is specific things, specific changes, specific new chapters of your life that I have been building toward. Things that are going to address what has needed addressing. Things that are going to bring what has been missing. Things that are going to make sense of the waiting in a way that the waiting itself never could. I cannot give you all the details tonight. Not because I'm withholding them, but because receiving them prematurely would change how you walk through what still needs to happen between now and then. But I can tell you this, it is worth holding on for. The thing I am bringing, the season I am moving you into, the changes that are coming. They are worth tonight, worth the exhaustion, worth the holding on when the holding on is hard. Do not give up tonight, my child. What is coming is worth it. I want to address the warning more specifically now. Because I said there is something significant coming, and I want to be honest about what that means. Significant does not always mean only wonderful. Sometimes what is coming is a decision, a moment of choice that is going to matter more than most moments of choice in your life. A fork in the road where the direction you go determines a great deal about what comes next. I want you to be ready for that moment. And being ready means arriving at it as clear-headed, as grounded, as connected to me as possible. The things that undermine your clarity, the exhaustion, the discouragement, the isolation, the sense that nothing matters, those things are trying to compromise your ability to make the right choice when that significant moment arrives. Do not let them. Tonight, in the hours before sleep, come to me. Let me speak to the exhaustion and the discouragement and the loneliness. Let me steady you. Let me clear away the noise so that when the significant moment comes, you are ready for it. Able to see clearly. Able to choose well. Able to move in the direction I am pointing, rather than the direction that feels like the easiest escape from the pain of the current moment. I am preparing you for something, my child. Tonight is part of the preparation. Not a comfortable part, I know that, but a real part, an important part. And what I am preparing you for is worth every hard moment of the preparation. I want to speak to your sleep now, because sleep is coming, and I want to speak over it before it arrives. I want the sleep you enter tonight to be genuine rest, not just the absence of waking consciousness, but actual restoration. The kind of sleep that repairs what the day has depleted. The kind that allows your body and your mind and your spirit to receive what they need to face tomorrow with more than you currently feel like you have. It is still coming. I am still working. You are still held. My child, before you sleep tonight, hear this warning and let it do what it is meant to do. Not frighten you, prepare you, wake you up to what is actually happening, so that you do not make permanent decisions based on tonight's temporary darkness. Steady you for what is coming. Remind you that the enemy's loudest moments are often the ones right before something breaks open. Something is about to break open. Hold on tonight. Come to me before you sleep. Let me speak peace over what has been speaking loudly in you. And wake up tomorrow, ready, because tomorrow is going to matter. I love you, my child. I am with you tonight and through the night and into what comes next. Do not quit. Not tonight. I love you, always, without end. My child, I am still speaking. I told you this was a warning, and I want to stay with you in it a little longer, because warnings are only useful if they are fully received, and I am not sure you have fully received this one yet. Part of you heard it. Part of you felt something shift, something in you go alert, something recognize that what I said is true. But part of you is still not sure, still half convinced that tonight is just a hard night, that what you are feeling is just exhaustion, that there is nothing more significant going on than a difficult stretch of days that has worn you down. I want to speak to that part directly, and I want to say, trust the part of you that recognized something. Trust the part that felt the warning land, because it landed, because it is true. And the part of you that is trying to minimize it, trying to make it just a hard night, is the part that is most influenced by what I told you about. The exhaustion, the discouragement, the voice that wants you to go to sleep tonight without taking what I said seriously. Take it seriously, my child. I want to go deeper into what I mean when I say something significant is near. Because I know that phrase can feel vague, can feel like the kind of thing that sounds meaningful, but does not actually connect to anything specific in your real life. I want to make it more concrete. Something significant is near for you in the area of your life that has been the hardest, the area where the waiting has been the longest, the area where you have prayed the most and seen the least visible movement. I want you to think about that area right now, the specific one, the situation, the relationship, the dream, the need that has been at the top of your heart for the longest time. That is where the significant thing is coming, not in some other area of your life that is already going reasonably well, in the hard one, in the one that has cost you the most, in the one that the waiting has been about. I am telling you this specifically so that the enemy's tactic of discouragement, the one that says nothing is going to change in that area, that it is just going to stay hard indefinitely, loses its grip on you tonight, because I want you to go to sleep tonight. Not in the grip of that lie, but in the grip of this truth. The area that has been hardest is the area where something is about to move. Hold that, my child. Let it be what you fall asleep to tonight, rather than the discouragement. I want to talk about what holding on actually looks like when you are this tired. Because I know that hold on can sound easy when it is said, and impossibly hard when it is lived. When you are at the level of exhaustion you are at right now, holding on cannot look like generating fresh energy and renewed enthusiasm for the journey. That is not what I am asking for, and that is not what is available to you right now. Holding on tonight looks like this. Not quitting, that is all. Not making the permanent decision, not closing the door, not sending the message you have been composing in your head that ends something. Not having the conversation that cannot be undone, not giving up on the thing you have been believing for, not doing the thing that the exhaustion and the discouragement have been pushing you toward doing. Just not doing that, just tonight, just this one night, not doing the thing that would undo something important. That is what holding on looks like when you are this tired. Not generating energy you do not have, not feeling hopeful when you do not feel hopeful, just not quitting, not tonight. Can you do that? Just tonight, not quit. I believe you can. And tomorrow things may look different. Tomorrow the exhaustion may be slightly less. Tomorrow the discouragement may have slightly loosened its grip. Tomorrow you may be able to see a little more clearly. And decisions made in tomorrow's slightly better light are going to be wiser than decisions made in tonight's darkness. So just tonight, not quit. Tomorrow we can talk about what comes next, but tonight, just not this. I want to speak to something that the warning is also about. Something beyond just the external circumstances of your life. Something internal, something about a decision that is being made in you underneath the surface that is more significant than any external decision you might make tonight. The decision about whether to stay open or to close. When people go through extended hard seasons, there is a gradual temptation toward closing, toward shutting down the parts of themselves that have been hurt, toward building protection that feels like wisdom but is actually withdrawal, toward becoming someone who no longer hopes, no longer reaches, no longer allows themselves to want things deeply, because wanting deeply has led to pain and the pain has become too much. That closing feels like self-preservation. It feels like finally being smart about things. But my child, it is not preservation. It is loss. The closing of the heart does not protect you from pain. It just closes you off from everything, including the good things, including the breakthrough that is coming, including the relationships that are on their way, including the life I have been building for you that requires an open heart to receive. The warning tonight is partly this: do not close. Whatever tonight feels like, whatever the exhaustion is pushing you toward, do not close. Do not make a decision in tonight's darkness to become someone who does not hope, does not trust, does not reach. Stay open, my child. Even tonight, even tired, even discouraged. Stay open just enough for tomorrow to be able to reach you. I want to talk about what I am going to do while you sleep tonight, because the night is not wasted time, not for you and not for me. While you rest, I'm working. There are things I do in the night that I cannot do in the same way during the waking hours when your mind is active and your defenses are up and your attention is pulled in 100 different directions. In your sleep tonight, I'm going to be doing restoration work. Not just physical restoration, though your body needs that and will receive it. Deeper restoration. In your spirit, in the places that have been worn down by the length of this hard season, in the parts of you that have been closest to giving up. I am going to be working, bringing repair, bringing renewal, bringing back a measure of what the long waiting has depleted. You are going to wake up tomorrow having received something in the night that you could not have received while awake. It may not feel dramatically different, but something will have shifted. Something will have been quietly restored, and that restoration is going to make tomorrow possible in a way that tonight does not feel possible. Trust the night, my child. Trust what I do in it. Rest, knowing that the sleeping hours are not a pause in what matters, but part of it. I want to give you something specific to do before you close your eyes tonight. Something that will help the warning land all the way. Something that will help you hold on through whatever the night brings. Something that will set the stage for the restoration I am going to do while you sleep. I want you to say this out loud if you can, in your heart if you cannot. I am not quitting tonight. I do not feel strong right now. I do not feel hopeful right now, but I am not quitting tonight. I am going to sleep and I am going to trust that what you said is true, that something significant is near, that the darkness of tonight is not the final word, that tomorrow I will be able to see something I cannot see right now. I am not quitting tonight. Say it. Let it be the last intentional thing you do before sleep comes. Not because the words are magic, not because saying them produces anything on their own, but because the act of saying them is a choice. A small, tired, not very dramatic choice to hold on one more night. And that choice matters. It is seen, it is honored, and it is exactly the kind of faith I am asking for tonight. Not the big, bold, mountain-moving kind. The small, barely there, just tonight, not quitting kind. That is enough, my child. For tonight, that is enough. Sleep now. Let yourself rest. I have the night. I have tomorrow. I have the significant thing that is coming and the timing of its arrival and every detail of what needs to happen between now and then. You just have tonight. And tonight, all I'm asking is that you not quit. You can do that. I am here. I love you. The warning has been spoken and received, and now rest in it. Not in fear, but in the settled knowledge that I told you, because I am for you and I am for you all the way through tonight and into everything that comes after. Sleep well, my child. Tomorrow is coming, and it is going to be better than tonight. I love you, always, without end.